Well, here we are, a month into an anime adaptation, a month later, a new chapter. We've got to predict the first chapter of 2021. This video was being recorded in the wee hours, the late hours of Australia 2020. When you see this, it will be 2021. You'll have already given up on all of your fucking hopes and dreams for this year. You'll be back into your lazy routine. You're pathetic. But here we are. We are in the final volume regardless of whether or not you've disappointed yourself. Attack on Titan will be ending. I think he's kind of said at the beginning of last year it was going to end in 2020, right? He did miss that 1 month, but even then, he had estimated wrong. So, we have confirmed, I'm almost certain, I saw a tweet, said that we had confirmed it, that we are in the final volume, and if we calculate it out, the last chapter was the first chapter of the final volume, so it literally was probably the last battle, one of the last big action set pieces we were ever going to get. Which usually in Attack on Titan volumes, there are 4 chapters, right, in a volume. So that would lead us to believe we have 3 chapters left. So it would end at chapter 139. It would end at 138. If you add up all those letters, all those numbers, it comes to 13. Everybody loves. No, isn't it 12? 3 plus 8 is 11 plus 1 is 12. Embarrassing. It's not even true. I swear somebody told me that. If we end at 139, that happens, and the last volume could have 5 chapters in it. It seems like a possibility. Sometimes last volumes are like thicker or sometimes even smaller. I think that's true. Might not be true. Who cares? We're coming up on the end game is the whole point. We got a few slides to go over here. So big shit has to happen and it has to happen quick. Now we'll talk about the implications to the ending of this. A lot of people are saying the Eren ending is almost confirmed at this point simply because we don't have enough time to get through everything and tie up all the loose ends. A lot of people are already complaining that the ending is rushed even though they haven't seen it. You gotta love the bad faith, but we'll have to fucking stick around. We'll have to fucking wait and see, won't we? But we're also, of course, live on Twitch. We got Twitch chat going. Clinton is here saying, are there any leaks? I don't think not yet. Wait for him to announce Attack on Titan Re. That's a Tokyo Ghoul reference, I think. No, leaks usually come on the 6th of every month, and there's a possibility for no more text leaks because shit's got copyright problems. Well, I don't know. When the chapter comes out, we'll fucking make a PowerPoint and you'll see my stupid face again. But we are in the final volume now. Everybody get hyped and maybe worried. So let's actually get into this stuff. Chat will remind me of things I miss. No, it's true. There's a precedent for more chapters or more pages, usually towards the final volumes. Says Anne. So get mad at Anne if it's wrong in chat. I think we can just dive in. I feel like I forgot some of my preamble. I think I don't know. I didn't want to believe it, but we are in the final volume now. We've sort of been talking about this. But, it's... how are we going to do it all? I do wonder. Attack on Titan has set the precedent of doing a whole lot of his shit in one chapter and making it work. Like chapter 118 and 119 are very much like this. Let's just it depends what you think the ending is going to be. Like if we'll talk about this later, but if the next chapter is an Armin Ymir chapter where Armin convinces Ymir to stop the Titans, it's too early, right? We need to have one more big fight where they win. And Annie just came back and she has to do something, and obviously Gabby has to do something. If we assume that the last chapter is some sort of like an epilogue chapter, unless we have an ambiguous ending, which I think people would hate on both sides, but I'd be completely fine with, of course. I love ambiguous shit. But if the ending is... we probably need one more Eren chapter. There's a lot to explain. I'm very interested to see how he would do it. Isamu is under no pressure. I don't think people are telling him, you gotta fucking end it now. You gotta end it now. Like, I don't think he's being rushed into this. So if he's rushed at all, it would be him doing it to himself. I don't see why he would do this. It's not like he's got the next project to run away to, I don't think. Unless, like, the month after Attack on Titan ends, the new thing comes out, and it's like, oh no. Imagine all the videos that would be made about that. But there's a lot to wrap up, and you have to think he's planned it out, so we'll have to see. Like, look at these idiots. We got Levi, he's got to figure out what the fuck Zeke is about. Mikas has got to talk to Eren, we got to figure out the I always hated you meme. Gabby's got to have her resolution and save the fucking world. Falco, I don't know, he's got to do something. Annie obviously has decided that she's going to fight to make the world better for the first time, so she has to do that. Reiner probably has to die or something. The conflict in the world has to be figured out. The rumbling has to be stopped or continued. Like, there's a lot to go through, but we'll get through it, I think. I think we will. And that's really all I got to say about that. I already did a preamble about that on the title screen. But we'll see how Isayama manages it. Android is here, 2 hours till New Year. You must be even ahead of me, because I got 3 hours till New Year. 3 hours exactly, because it's the first minute of the 9 p.m. If Annie eats a piece of Falco or something, then can she fly? Well, Falco can only fly because he was made a pure Titan by eating Zeke's fucking wine. You eat wine. So, I don't know. Annie does have the adapt thing or whatever, so maybe flying Annie would be pretty sick. We'll have to see. Anne pointed out a thing before we started recording today, that there is precedent for a former flying Titan as well. So Eren is probably going to have to summon this former Beast Titan flying Titan so Falco can fight another flying dude. Now, if the fucking fight is Gabby on the back of Falco shooting another bird, it's going to be fucking sick. That should be the rest of the fucking series right there. Bird Titan versus Bird Titan with a little girl shooting motherfuckers. It would be incredible. It's like a dragon fight in Game of Thrones. Eren can pop the fuck out and be on the back of that one, and she can shoot him off again. And then he'll fall to the ground, and Mikasa can go and have a fucking stupid talk with him. Why'd you say you hate me? Actually, I love you. Tell Historia. Mission complete. Haha, Historia was in on it. Eren knew he was doing everything was wrong. We got a happy ending with Eren. Everybody ties into everything. Gabby wins. Everybody goes home happy. But yeah, a sick fucking bird fight seems cool. Because outside of that, how's Gabby going to fight? Like, she can't shoot Eren's Titan. She probably can't shoot Colossals to death. Though if they had the anti-Titan rifle, if they had some sort of rifle that could shoot Colossal Titans from behind and kill them, I mean, you'd have to get a lot of ammo, but I feel like you could probably do it. There's probably 1 million pieces of ammo in the world. They're probably not all manufactured now. You'd have to manufacture more. You can't really do that before they rumble you. Whatever. Fuck you. Levi going out in a blaze of glory is another theory that I have now. I feel like he got his leg bitten, he's beaten the fuck up, like he's down, but like his final stand for him to die will be him like killing all of the Titans on here in one big swirly thing in his last stand. And you can get away with it because he's beaten down and people will be like, how can he do it? Well, he just fucking gets up and he does it, but the response is he dies. His leg's all fucked up, but he has one last blaze of glory to go out. He's the last of the fucking dickheads alive, the last of the non-104th Scout members. He can maybe have another after fucking life metaphor like Hanji had. Something could go on there. I don't see how else. He has to see Zeke again before that can happen. Or maybe he dies just knowing that he didn't get around to killing Zeke. And he's like, haha, I don't care. I've learned the theme. We'll have to see how it all plays out. Can you still believe Gabby left that rifle to Niccolo? Yeah, I think she did leave. There's going to be rifles in the fucking tower thing that they're all going to land at. Fucking Gabby's going to end up just standing on the fucking top of the building, isn't she, and shooting people. Put her on the back of the fucking bird is what I'm saying. Gabby with a bazooka incoming. Unironically, no. Can she operate a fucking bazooka? You gotta, like, hold it. Right? I don't know what bazookas actually are outside of video games, so I don't know. Carl, they have cannons at the fort. What if we attach a cannon to Falco's back so that Gabby can shoot with that? Also, Pieck is still on the fucking Titan, right? Like, I don't know. Is Eren just... She's not going to die, right? Because we would have seen it last chapter. They just would have done it last chapter. I think last time we talked about, in the chapter review, I think I talked about how Connie could, like, because the thing is there and it's still connected. All they have to do is push it and Eren's neck explodes. I don't know, Connie being the one to do it. Maybe Gabby is on Falco's back and he flies up to it and then she pushes it and then, I don't know, she'd get fucking exploded though, wouldn't she? She's so close. She's not a Titan shifter. Last chapter review, we came up with the idea of Connie doing it, and that's how he dies. Haha. Farewell, Connie. Good job. But yeah, yes, with the explosives, just waiting to detonate. I don't know what happens with Pieck. This is really one of those chapters. There's different, because we've done last minute predictions for like the last 2 years at this point. It hasn't been that long. Calm down. But this is one of those chapters going into it, we really have no idea where it's going. There's like last month's chapter, they were going to fight on the back of Eren, and then there's fucking twists, like nobody expected the fucking 9 Titans to be there or whatever, of the past, and everybody knew Falco and Gabby and Annie were going to come back. We knew we were going to make a final stand here, but like those little details. This is one, like going into it, we have no fucking clue what's happening. They're going to continue to fight Eren is vaguely the forward direction to stop the rumbling. We have no idea how they're going to do it. We have no idea like how this is going to be kept interesting. We have no idea. We really have no fucking idea what's about to happen with Armin rather, or Pieck. They're both still there. You assume a talk with Ymir is in the cards, but we'll talk about that I think right now. Armin talking with Ymir and convincing her to stop Eren and the rumbling. So I feel like we've set up the 9 Titans so that they have to fight them again, right? So it'll have to be like they go back and they start fighting again, and then Armin has to convince Ymir to stop. I feel like this is a very easy way that's been set up, and an easy way to reintroduce Ymir's character, a reason for her to be reintroduced outside of just having her in chapter 122 and have it being like this self-contained really good story, is if she is imperative to how we stop Eren. And Armin with his optimism, and he can finally give a big speech. All of his speeches have failed at this point. He had to be saved by somebody else. He can finally give a speech that works for the only person that matters, and Ymir can stop. I'm pretty sure if she doesn't want the rumbling to continue, she could just stop it, right? She's only granting Eren her powers. Or maybe she's not even doing that, and she just is using her powers and doing what Eren says, or agreeing with his plan and going along with it. We don't really know. It's up to, we'll have to see how it works. It's left open-ended for Isayama to do whatever the fuck he wants. I don't know, maybe Armin will see Zeke and they'll have a talk. Because they'll both be in the Paths realm still, I'm not sure. That is a possibility I hadn't even considered. We always have to talk about in every last minute prediction video. Is Zeke coming back? Is Historia going to be there? I think Historia is being saved for the very final chapter. Zeke isn't. And if we only got 3 or 4 chapters left, he needs to fucking show the fuck up. And we know he's going to be anti-Eren because of the speech Grisha gave him. So that's going to play into it somehow. Maybe he talks with Armin here. I'm assuming Armin is transported to the fucking Paths dimension by going through the stomach here. That's how it happened. That's how Ymir did it with Zeke, right? But we'll have to see. I still want to see Colossal Armin. I feel like, what if, no, because he already did use it to blow up the port. It would be almost interesting if he never had to use it, but I feel like he will at some point. I don't know. You'll have to see. He'll probably use it in some creative way, right? I wonder how he'll do it. But yes, we do need to see it. Isayama has kept it away from us. And it has to happen eventually. Yeah, but it's a bit sad that she's been relegated to more of an expository role. Well, she always was, right? She was a flashback, literally, to exposit how we got here. Exposition is fine. It doesn't matter. She's still pretty cool. And if we get more depth from her through a conversation with Armin, I think it would be cool. Everybody will hate this if it happens, by the way. They'll meme about Talk No Jutsu, even though this is being built up every fucking arc up until this point. Armin's always given a speech. They haven't hated it till now because Eren's going to lose because of it. Wait and see the outrage. There was also chapter 130, 131, the Eren-focused ones that left us with little to speculate about. Yeah, like post chapter 131, we're like, all right, where do we go from here? What is the next chapter going to be about? We still don't know why she appeared before Ramsay before his death. I think she was, I don't know, she was just walking to catch up with the rumbling. I don't know. But yes, we have to, there's probably going to be some explanation for that. We still don't, I read that one. Errol, that one. Call up and chat. But yes. As an extension to this, there is the possibility that Ymir can just get rid of the Titan genes like entirely. Like the founding Titan has the power to remove or change genetic shit all the time, right? Zeke wanted to use it to make everybody celibate, or not celibate, castrated, not castrated. What's it called? There's a specific procedure. Vasectomy. She wanted mandatory vasectomies. He wanted mandatory vasectomies. I guess you'd have to do something to the girls too, because they could just find somebody who was an Eldian to reproduce with. But whatever. That was his plan. Euthanization. And that was apparently possible because the Founding Titan can manipulate genes or whatever. So can Ymir just get rid of the Titan gene and have it so that Eldians can no longer transform into Titans, therefore the rest of the world doesn't have to hate them for any practical reason anymore? Plus we've already got the opinions changing or the rhetoric changing from the dude in the fort. And all that could factor into a peaceful ending where we no longer have to be at war with the world, and everybody won't hold Paragadus accountable. They'll see Eren as a lone agent, and then we get the happy ending. It's a very convenient way to get there. I'm for it. I don't really mind. If she can do that, the thing then you'd have to justify why she hadn't done that like 2,000 years ago, and it fits into Ymir's character of just being impartial and not really like doing anything in her own interest or whatever, and just like letting things go out and having no autonomy and things like that. So that would fit as well. I thought a lot about that. I'm this is my active guess. This is what I think is probably going to happen. That could be this chapter. I don't know. Again, you'd have to cut between a fight happening that the Alliance is losing again, and then Armin would have to save them by making all the Titans disappear when he convinces Ymir. If the rumbling ends this chapter, then we have 2 chapters after that. I feel like that would have to be dragged out until the next chapter. Maybe the chapter ends with a cliffhanger of Ymir like showing some sign of going over to Armin's side. That would make everybody extremely mad on the Jaeger side. They'd have a whole month to speculate about how Attack on Titan has ruined its ending. Play this when this happens, right? Predictive God over here. Flying Titan, remember that shit? And then the next chapter could be like finalizing everything here, and then the actual final chapter could be an epilogue type thing. By epilogue type thing, I don't necessarily mean a time skip. I just mean like, well, everybody post the conflict. We have to have an Annie Armin scene. We have to have maybe a Jean Mikasa scene. We have to have a Mikasa probably Historia scene. We have to have all those different like final scenes, bringing everybody's arcs to fucking circle. Everybody knows what I mean. That's how you could structure it. I don't see the Alliance like overpowering Eren. I don't think that was ever in the cards, but now we just got other ending speculation. So we got lesbian ending, my favorite. What's going on with Bertolt? Eren's now the favorite to win. Mission accomplished. Ymir removes the Titan genes. We just talked about that one. So the first one, lesbian ending. Now, when Bertolt went to eat Reiner last time, everybody sort of intrinsically went without thinking, oh, if he eats the Titan Shifter, he'll become the Titan Shifter. And then everybody was like, wait, Bertolt's dead. What happens if Bertolt eats Reiner? Would he come back to life in some sort of weird way? Is that what we're setting up here? And of course, Bertolt isn't going to do it. He didn't actually eat Reiner. Jean came in with a quick save. It was a sick moment. But what if Ymir shows up and she eats Pieck? If she eats Reiner? If Reiner returns the favor to Ymir for dying for them so they wouldn't die, so they could get to this moment. That's how Reiner dies. That's how he atones for his fucking sins. And Ymir becomes part Armored Titan. Well, if this happens, this has to happen before Ymir gets rid of the Titan genes and everything, so then she wouldn't actually have to be the Armored Titan, because then we get rid of the Titans real quick. And then Ymir's back to life, and then she gets to have a happy ending with Historia, cucks Eren, everybody laughs. This also works on some other levels too. We never really got a Ymir like final scene. She pats Historia on the head and then has the scene on the walls. It's all melancholic, and it works. If this doesn't happen, it still works because it's like, it's sort of petered off, and that's kind of the point. But the fact that we never saw her death scene, it was just sort of implied off screen, even though she was a pretty important character, it always left a weird thing like, I'm pretty sure we're going to see that scene eventually, and it'll reveal something. Now, it doesn't seem like we're going to actually see her death scene, because it doesn't, because Porco isn't around anymore, and like Porco isn't going to have a conversation with Historia, which was a theory people had a long time ago for Ymir's memories to bleed through. If Ymir comes back like this, she can have the final scene with Historia. We better get a final lesbian kiss. Isam is a coward. He won't do it, but we gotta pray for it. This is an interesting ending. I'm not like betting on this ending. It's just a weird thing that I've thought of that I thought would be cool. Especially with the implication, which I'm pretty sure we were supposed to think, like, fucking Bertolt just ate Reiner. Is he going to come back to life? If this precedent is being teased for Ymir to show up. Now, all the previous times we've known, basically, I don't think we saw Kasavi, although we could have, because we don't know what beast he was. But besides Ymir's Jaw Titan, like they haven't come back, and then they can raise Historia's kid or whatever. Happy ending. Then we don't have to call it Ymir. Maybe we call it Eren instead. But it would be very interesting. Kind of cute. Finally, Historia stuff this arc. Goddamn, she hasn't done anything for the last 2 arcs. It's been terrible. So that's the lesbian ending, and that's what's going on with Bertolt. That's the thing there. There's a lot of Bertolt stuff that's sort of been overlooked that I've been made woke to in my research purposes for my... This will be the first time I've said this to the YouTube audience, but the plan is, after Attack on Titan ends, is to do character videos on each different character. And a Bertolt one is very interesting. I've been writing tentative hypotheses on each one of them that we're actually going to go through on stream after this. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can go back and watch the Twitch VOD if you're interested in what I just said. But there's a lot going on with old Bertolt over here. Like symbolically and subtextually, that not a lot of people care about and not a lot of people talk about. But we will be exploring that hopefully in the Bertolt video I end up making and such things. But there's a lot going on there which could thematically play into things that people should not discount. The fact that he's still crying, being like the helpless onlooker, we'll talk about all that. Interesting stuff to happen there. Eren's now the favorite to win. We talked about this at the beginning. A lot of people think Eren, like, rumbling the world and just winning would be an easy way to end the thing in 3 chapters. It would. You don't have to tie up all the loose ends with the character arcs because they're all dead. It was the Isayama said that the original ending was everybody dies. Maybe he lied about changing it, and it was a big meme prank on us all. Maybe this Guardians of the Galaxy shit isn't real. We'll have to see. The Mission Complete ending is the Itachi ending, where I have this scene in my head where Eren loses and then, like, his body gets blown out and, like, he's dying, he's bleeding out, but Mikasa gets to have a last conversation with him. They clear up some things. And Eren basically says, Mikasa, you have to tell a message to Historia. And Mikasa has this moment. She's like, oh no, I'm cucked. Why did he choose Historia over me? And Eren just says, like, tell Historia mission complete, and the implication of that would be that him and Historia came up with this idea so that everybody would stop them, so that Eren could facilitate all this to happen, so the world would forgive Eldians, because it was the only way. Eren gets redeemed, kind of, and, like, we don't hate him as he dies. He tells Mikasa that he had to tell her that he hated her to motivate her to be here and be curious to be here and not side with her, because she was imperative in fighting against it, because she killed all the Titans and she's the strongest, so they needed her. It all plays in. This is a pretty big possibility. Everybody's been talking about the Itachi ending for a long time, the Lelouch ending. That Eren is secretly working with us and didn't actually think the rumbling was right. I wonder how the Jaegers would react to this. I think they would just pretend that they weren't justifying the rumbling and just say, see, we told you Eren was the good boy, which is kind of not what they've been doing. They've just been saying, like, Eren's the bad dude, duh, whatever. It's their fault or whatever. It'll be interesting to see how the Jaegers react to that. But yeah, those are my ending ideas at the moment. I think I came up with most of those since the last... I think we were talking about the lesbian ending last chapter review, but other than that, I think that's a lot of new stuff. I did reread everything up to this point from, like, chapter 129 or something, like 2 weeks ago, so I'm a little bit refreshed, remember things a little bit more, but yes, it should be fun. Let me look at chat. I haven't looked at chat in quite a while. Walking to catch up, that's the most basic explanation I've ever heard. This is where I was up to in chat. I mean, of course. I don't know what Anne's of coursing back then. It would be quite ironic for him to target just the men, who Zeke. Jaegers are going to say it's Rush no matter what, of course. However, unless Eren wins. However, if we were to believe the complete genocide ending, then it would make sense why Eren has Zeke's Titan. You could see it as a hint of the fact that Zeke is already dead. Zeke literally just got a call to action by Grisha to stop Eren. It would be really weird to set that up and just have him be killed off anyway. Pinekit says, what up? He's here. How many viewers we got? We're on 14 viewers right now. It's almost sad that when people were speculating who the father was, it was revealed that Historia was pregnant. Nobody showed you the flock is the father theories. I'm pretty sure I saw those theories. Bertolt is the poster boy after all. He needs to appear in the climax scene. True. Considering the way he looked when he appeared, I think it's hinting that the founding Titan commanding the 9 like slaves against their will. But don't they outrightly say that Ymir is the one controlling them? The famous Hitachi ending. That's a different thing. That's a different ending. That's an ending full of pleasure. That might be the lesbian ending, but I don't think they have electronic sex toys yet. That every Attack on Titan fan will hate if it becomes real. I don't know, I feel like most people would like it. Most casual fans would really like it. The Jaegers wouldn't like it. I'd probably like it. Redeemed still killed billions of people, though, but it was the only way, bro. Not everybody, of course. It all depends how it will be handled. Bertolto coming back to smash Annie. You can only hope. I always platonically loved you, sister. Mikasa might be okay with that. And then, goodbye, Eren. Goodbye, Mikasa. She says goodbye at the very end. Haha. Maybe they're in Pa's realm, and that's why Mikasa is a little kid again, or whatever the fuck. But that's all we really have. Does Chad have anything to say before we let the YouTube audience go and enjoy their new year? Hopefully they're enjoying their new year. Why am I hearing fucking noises outside? There's some weird shit going on. Are we not going to make it to the new year? Is this ever going to get uploaded, or are we getting murdered before then? I'm not sure. Yeah, I know, but it all ties into not having to deal with character arcs that you mentioned earlier. I don't know what Anzi are airing me about. The Zeke thing. The Zeke is already dead thing, I mean. Kyle, how do you think the Jaegers will solve the logical dissonance in their minds over the fact that if you support Eren's genocide, you must also be okay with the Marleans' genocide of the Eldians, even though they're not okay with that? Well, I don't think they understand the cycle thing. I mean, I think their own argument is, well, they deserved it and they did it first, which is not true. And the cycle repeating itself. Maybe we need a story about why that's bad. But I think this is where we let everybody go on the YouTube audience, because it becomes the heiress to Shogun clan and gets married to an Oriental man. Well, the original meme ending that I had was that Mikasa, Eren's dead, so she doesn't really want to go back to Paradis. Armin's over there sexing Annie, so he wants to leave them be. Gives Armin a hug, and then she opts to go back with Kiyomi because fuck it, why not? She doesn't really have anything left here, and Jean's like, alright, I'll go with you, queen, and he leaves with her because he doesn't want to go back to Paradis because he killed all his friends and whatever, and they both go off together, and we don't even have to see him kiss or something. It's just implication that Jean is going with Mikasa. Maybe he says he's going to be a bodyguard or whatever with Kiyomi, and they fly off. And Mikasa and Annie are on the dock, and they're watching them fly off. This was the old scene I used to have in my head. The two couples, they worked out, and whatever the fuck. Eren's dead, Lamau. That ending's okay. Makes you think, lol. No, they do not. Yes, they think they deserve everything, I can assure you. Jaegers have baby brains. Jean, too, goes back to Hiruzu. Or Pine Kit was on the right roll. The right track, rather. The right roll? He was rolling down the right track? I don't know. YouTube audience, get the fuck out of here. That's what we got to say now. The chapter review will be out. Evangelion episode 3 should be out before then. Digest will be out afterwards. Then I'll upload some more Patreon videos. Then hopefully, core themes and changing context in Attack on Titan will be out. Hopefully that's a video that will come out this fucking month, because Jesus Christ, it's 3 months overdue. Come check out the VOD if you're interested in our tentative hypotheses on the different character arcs. There's also some Berserk ones we're going to do in the VOD. With that being said, the chapter review will be out in a few days whenever it comes out. Support links in the description below. Thanks.